Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to share some of the channeled messages that I've been receiving over the course of the past week or so that I had shared on Facebook and on Instagram. I want to share it with you guys here so that it's all consolidated and here and see if we can bring forth any of the other energy. First I want to share with you guys something interesting that happened. I was getting ready, getting dressed. I'm going out today. Actually going out today, oh my gosh. But when I woke up, I was thinking about, wearing a skirt, wearing a softer sweater, feeling just very like soft pink energy around me, just very soft feminine energy around me, within me. Um, but then that kind of shifted. Within the hour, I felt dragon energy come in so much that I changed even my bracelet here, which it has a dragon on it. I felt just a very it feels I don't have a word for it. It feels like fierce energy, strong energy. I'm hearing the word defiant, but not in like an obstinate way, just in a way of strength, empowered energy. So I feel like what's happening is a lot of us have been going through extra purging, is what I'll call it, since the new year, especially since the solstice opened this doorway, opened this gateway. And I feel like we've been going through some clearing of the physical and the emotional body because there are more light codes that are coming in, hearing anchoring in to the new physical reality. But it starts with energetics first. It starts with your energy first. And so I feel like this is really a balancing out of that feminine and masculine energy within you. Even more so, we've been going through this process through the past several months, but even more so that inner union where it's almost like the energy when we think of balanced energy, sometimes we think of, okay, masculine and feminine, like the scales, the justice scales. But this really feels like a merging. This really feels like a blending. They're actually showing me the Three of Cups, which is my union card, and it's the two cups that are pouring into the third. Um, not the non-traditional one. This is the one in the Gilded Tarot that they point me to, but some other interpretations have this as well, where there's one chalice and then there's two cups that are pouring water into the third. And what happens when you pour the same substance into the third, then it blends. And that's what this feels like. It feels like one cup is feminine charged energy, the other cup is masculine charged energy, and it's pouring into the third, which is that trinity energy, that source energy, and it's merging, it's mixing, it's blending. And that's what this really feels like, a true balancing out of the masculine and feminine energies in their divine essence. And you might be feeling that within. So at any given time, you'll feel the softness of the feminine energy as well as the strength and power of the masculine energy. And that's what this really feels like. It feels like a really beautiful blended energy here. It almost makes me want to cry. Like it's bringing tears to my eyes because it is so beautiful. This energy, it just really feels like they just give me the word home. It feels like home, Susan, because this is who you are. You are the true united source of feminine and masculine energy. And not just me, I'm saying you as the collective, that is who you are. That's what union is all about. And you'll start seeing that reflected in your relationships for those of you who are in sacred partnerships, but it all comes within yourself first. And this really is that true divine rising of the masculine and feminine energy within you. This is that divine empowerment. So really it's interesting how they brought that to my awareness through the clothes that I was going to wear today. Because it's like, okay, I'm feeling kind of like fierce and sassy and strong, so I changed out of my soft sweater into this, but I'm still feeling that soft feminine energy. It's really interesting how they brought that about. um, this just feels like harmony between the masculine and feminine energies within you, and you can experience that with your counterpart. So really interesting with that. Okay, so let's move on to the Rainbow Road, the Rainbow Connection. So a couple of days ago, and you guys might have seen this on Instagram and on Facebook. A couple of days ago, I was waking up in the very early morning, and I was having visions of rainbows. and like energetic rainbows, not rainbows as in like in the physical sense, but energetic rainbows, like actually seeing the light spectrum. And I said to my spirit guides, okay, what exactly is this? And what they and there was a feeling of hope as well, this feeling of faith, and just this feeling of harmony and love, and just it felt really good. That swelled with my heart, and I said, okay, I had just been through some immense purging. What's going on here? And what they told me was, I'm going to read this. They said, we've crossed the threshold into creating our new reality. And this was actually birthed back in the summer. Remember when we talked about June, July being a pivotal point in our journey, this past 2020, June, July, that you guys might have experienced something either within or in your physical connections or within yourself? They had said, just fixing my hair. They had said something about there was some shift. You might have experienced that within your connection. Might have experienced that within your physical reality. There might have been moving. There might have been communication within your connection, communication with somebody else. You might have had a job promotion or a job shift. You might have felt something shift or transform within yourself. There was something in June or July that created that was a massive shift. And again, it all starts within ourselves, but something within the physical environment as well. For me, it was me moving in with my divine masculine. I know some of you I've talked to, you entered into new relationships or higher levels of your relationships, or you may have moved cities, jobs, even some of you have moved countries. So take it for what it is, but it was around that time frame in the summer of 2020, June or July, there was some kind of pivotal shift. They're saying that there was a birthing of the new reality, birthing of new earth. They're showing it to me almost like previous to that, Mother Gaia Earth had been kind of preparing herself. That was what some of the fires were about, some of the natural phenomena that was occurring was about. The flooding was about. It was all about, purging, getting rid of the old. Earth had to purge just like we had to purge. But from that came this rebirth. And there was a shift in energy as light codes were coming down. This is new information here for me. Light codes were coming down, streaming onto the planet at that time, and it's almost like what I'm seeing is the Earth releasing energy, birthing energy. What I'm actually seeing is planet Earth, and it's almost like light streams. As light streams are coming down from source, from the sun, from the central sun, what I'm actually seeing is that same energy coming from the core of planet Earth and just reverberating back. And it's almost like it's reflecting. So it's almost like divine feminine and divine masculine energy being that sun source, feminine energy being that earth source, that mother energy. And it's almost like they were meeting halfway. What they're actually telling me is, Susan, think about what you're saying. Meeting in the middle, that heart chakra. We've been talking about that since the very beginning, channeling that since the very beginning. The heart chakra is the bridge. The bridge of the heart is what we had channeled. And that is where you birth that new reality. So what they're actually showing me is the central sun being masculine energy, father source energy. Planet Earth being mother energy, mother source energy, feminine energy. And what happens is, imagine light streaming down from the sun. And imagine this earth, this planet, from the core of the earth, reverberating energy back. They're showing me light spilling out of the planet, the entire planet, reverberating back. And it's like light meeting light. And from that, there was this event, for lack of a better word, this energetic event that just birthed this new energy. God, I hope that I'm communicating this correctly, that you guys are understanding this. I'm trying to explain what I'm seeing. So it's like light streaming down from the central sun, being father energy, masculine energy, light coming out of the earth, pouring out of the earth. Just imagine the earth engulfed in light, but it's coming from the core of the earth. It's coming from within, and that's that feminine energy. And so it's rising up to meet the light that's coming down. And when it meets, That's that heart chakra energy. That's that inner energy. When it meets, it's like, phew, it's birthing this new reality. And remember, it's not just a new reality for Earth, it's a new reality for the universe. It's bringing that consciousness down. And yes, it's to Earth in the physical plane, but that's affecting the universe as a whole. Because remember, dimensions are shifts in consciousness. And as the Earth is rising in consciousness, that is what's shifting as a whole. So it's God, I don't know how to explain this. Um, it birthed this new consciousness. It birthed this new collective consciousness. It's birthing this new physical reality, bringing that down to physical reality. But it's because of the shift in consciousness. It's because of the shift within us, the shift in energy. And so what they said was June, July is what really birthed that new reality. Back in the summer, but we're anchoring that in now, and that has been a collective message over the past several weeks and months, is that we're learning how to anchor that in, learning how to embody that. And so they said the rainbow is significant as a corridor, a road, a gateway, a portal, a connection is what they brought to me later because I didn't have the word for it then. They said it's the path we're now following as we embody higher consciousness. So imagine now the path that you're on of ascension being this rainbow bridge, being this rainbow connection, this rainbow road. We're now following this rainbow road, this energetic light. It's a path we're now following as we embody higher consciousness and bring that template down to exist within our physical experience. So now we're going to be following that rainbow road because it's that higher consciousness. We're going to be following that as we learn how to anchor that in and embody that in our everyday reality, our everyday experiences. So this is all about embodiment. And that was a follow-up to some other channel messages I had earlier, where they had said that the current energies feel a little intense and heightened. And it wasn't necessarily negative, although you might be seeing some negativity in like mainstream media and outside reality. It's really a call to hold the light, really a call to be the light, hold that space. Don't get caught up and sucked up into the drama and the conflict that you're seeing in your physical experience on the news, etc. Really hold and anchor in that higher level of consciousness, that higher level of awareness that you are soul, you are always safe, you are always provided for, you are always abundant, you are always loved. That conflict, you don't have to be a part of that, especially when there's these divisionary tactics that are happening, especially in politics today. What we're seeing, especially in politics right now, there's this divisionary tactics, and it's not. They're saying it's not just politics. But politics, it's what's used to fuel the fire, to fan that flame. So there's these divisionary tactics on both sides, and you're being called to really rise above it, use your own discernment, use your own intuition, and see beyond the drama. Don't get caught up into that drama. Don't get caught up into that conflict. Really use your sense of awareness and that heightened sense of soul, that heightened sense of source, to see beyond what is happening, because everything that is happening, there is much more happening beyond. And I'm talking about both sides of the aisle here. I'm talking about both versions. There has been a lot of hijacking, for lack of a better word, on both ends, both sides. So it's really a call to take the middle lane. Take that rainbow road, is what they just said, and really see beyond what you're seeing with your physical eyes. Look within your heart, channel with your heart. When I say channel with your heart, I mean embody that higher heart. Because there's a lot that's going on, and there's a lot that can kind of suck you into that drama, that conflict, that low vibrational energy, but you don't have to. And your awareness now, because of the work that you've done in this journey, you don't have to get sucked into that energy. Rise above it, see beyond it. Always have that level of awareness for who you are. The more you stay steady within who you are, which is soul, which is love, which is that light, Love and light is not denying what you're seeing. You've done the shadow work. You're recognizing the shadow work. It's not denying, it's not turning a blind eye, but it's holding steady within the light of who you are, within the love of who you are. That is what love and light really is, because that's who you are. So, yes, it's asking you to hold boundaries, energetic boundaries especially, to stay strong within yourself, to be strong in your convictions, but also maintain an open mind. um, Follow that middle path, follow that rainbow road. Okay, they just said Susan stop talking. Okay, so physical symptoms. Okay, so you might be feeling this within your physical and emotional bodies as you continue to clear outdated programming, patterns, and beliefs. Physical symptoms might include headaches or head pressure, particularly around the third eye, because there are a lot of activations that are happening right now, particularly within the third eye. This is where it's really important to trust your intuition, trust what you're feeling, the vibrations versus what you're physically seeing. That's where they're saying to hold steady within the middle path, that rainbow road, that rainbow connection. That rainbow connection is your connection to source, that rainbow bridge. It's that guiding light, that guiding force here. And so, okay, stop talking. Okay. Many are coming online. This is for the greater collective as a whole, where there's an awakening. And you might actually be seeing this with your friends and family who are so-called spiritually unawakened, but they might be standing up. They might be speaking up more, expressing themselves more as it's related to current events. That's part of their evolution. That's part of their ascension journey. That's part of their waking up, so to speak. So do not ever deny anybody where they are in their path. Everybody is going through this ascension journey. Everybody just has a different path up the mountain, so to speak, along the road, along their path. So let's not deny anybody their path. Your job is just to remain steady. Keep speaking your truth. Keep expressing yourself. Keep holding your own awareness, doing your work. Our job is not to control other people. Our job is just to guide, just to hold steady within ourselves. And the more we hold steady within ourselves, the more we embody and anchor in that love within ourselves, it has a reverberating energy. It has a ripple effect on the world for those around us. Our job is not to control and say you have to believe this or you have to, this is the truth. Everybody has their own experiences. Everybody has their own perspective. Everybody has their own variation of truth. But the one truth is love, and your job is to hold that essence of love and to embody that love and that higher consciousness, that higher level of awareness. And the more you do that, the more it has a ripple effect. That is really all we have to do. All we have to do is be. Be ourselves. Be us in our true authenticity. Express ourselves. Don't live in that fear. Don't live in an energy of holding yourself back, withdrawing yourself because of fear of how you might express yourself. Express yourself through that divine love. Just be. I can't say this enough. Just be who you are. Focus on yourself. Focus on your life. That's what has a ripple effect. The more you focus on yourself, and this isn't coming from a place of selfishness. When we say focusing on yourself, that might be being of service to others. But do it from a place of, this is who I am. This is what I want to embody. This is how I'm living in higher consciousness. This is how I'm aware of myself and aware of love. The more you're aware of yourself, the more you embody love, and the more that is of service to others. And you can express that self, that in a number of different ways. You can express yourself in a number of different ways through the work that you do, the volunteer work that you do, the mission work that you do, what you do for career, how you raise your children, how you enter partnerships and exhibit yourself in relationships. But it all comes down to you. So we're not looking at it from a place of selfishness, but from a place of, when you are recognizing yourself and aware of yourself, when you are truly working on yourself and healing yourself, clearing your energy and transforming within yourself, coming into that higher consciousness, embodying that love, that is when you have a ripple effect on every other facet of your reality, every other facet of your life. And that is what changes the world, because you're embodying higher consciousness that has that ripple effect that reverberates and echoes out across the entire universe, especially across those within your immediate physical reality. So, keep embodying that for yourself, because you're having a profound effect here. Okay, let's keep going. So it says, okay, so gifts are coming online, so that's for the greater collective, but for you who have been on this ascension journey, you might be experience heightened psychic abilities. This is heightened clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, clairvoyance, whatever it is, or all of it, because remember, you are capable of all of those gifts. You have all of those gifts within you. You might just have one or two that are stronger, but you're going to start experiencing more of those that had been latent. For example, I'm clairsentient and claircognizant. Those are my strongest gifts. I feel energy, I sense energy, and that's how I translate energy. But more and more, my clairvoyance is coming online. I am seeing things. I've always had that clairvoyant ability, but that had not been my strongest. I would see visions. I would have visions, but now I'm starting to actually see energy with my physical eyes. I'm starting to see visions with my physical eyes. Some of you know that I'd experienced that a couple of weeks ago, days ago, whichever it is. Time is not making sense to me right now, but I've been seeing a wolfhound with my physical eyes, to the point where I would look around and say, okay, I know you're not there because I know you're not in my house. I know I only have one dog now, and I didn't have a wolfhound before Riley was a beagle. But I was seeing a wolfhound with my physical eyes, to the point where I would actually think that he was in my house. Um, that's clairvoyance. That the veil is very thin right now, and it's going to continue to be thinner. That's part of higher consciousness. The more you rise in consciousness, the more you ascend. And remember, that's going deep within yourself. Ascension is the inner working, it's the inner spiral. You think that you're rising, but you're actually going into deeper recesses within the heart space, within the soul self. The more you ascend, the more you'll start experiencing spirit connection, higher essences of connection to source. And you'll experience that through your gifts, and your gifts are natural to you. They're gifts that everybody has. It's just about recognizing that, trusting that, and tapping into that. I'm getting called to say, my tarot and translation course really is not just about learning tarot. It's about really trusting your intuition and learning how to use tarot as a tool to tap into that intuition and really bring about higher levels of your gifts. Some of you might be experiencing music, or hearing voices. That is that clairaudience that's coming online. You might be feeling deeper sensations, if you're clairsentient or empathic or claircognizant, deeper essences of knowing. Your gifts are heightening, your abilities are heightening, because you're ascending further, because you're rising in consciousness. And what's happening is, it's not so much that the veil is thinning, it's that you're ascending. And what happens as we shift in consciousness, we shift dimensions. Remember, dimensions are not so much about physical dimensions. Dimensions are shifts in consciousness. And so you're going to be experiencing spirit in a much more profound, deep, it's going to be a much more physical experience for you. And that's because as you shift in consciousness, your physical reality shifts around you. We are physical beings having a very human physical experience, but we're also soul, and that's what we're doing on this ascension journey. We are being the bridge between spirit and the physical reality. And so as we rise in consciousness, as we enter these higher levels of dimensions, 5D, 6D, 7D, 9D, 12th dimension and above, what's actually happening is we are bringing that down into our physical reality, experiencing that in our everyday life and experience. So you might be seeing energy, you might be seeing spirit, people who had crossed over. Um, you might be experiencing your spirit animals. As I say that, Moxie walks past. But it's all because you're rising in consciousness, and as you rise in consciousness, you experience that more in your physical reality. So, stop talking. So what's happening is your gifts are getting heightened. You might be experiencing new things. It's just because the planet is ascending, so more people are coming online, and your gifts are going to be heightened, a new level of your gifts. Okay. Physical sensations, body aches and pains may also be felt, including chest pain or pressure. That's the heart that is being further activated. Always, always, always check with your physician. Don't ignore those symptoms. But a lot of that is happening because the heart is being further activated, opening up further. That's especially happening for divine masculines. Divine feminines, you're feeling that within the masculine energy within you. You might be feeling your masculine energy. Remember, your masculine energy within you, if you're in a sacred partnership, it is your masculine. Um, your physical masculine just embodies that masculine energy within you. That is part of that one energy here. We've talked about that before. Go ahead and check out the other channel messages. I don't want to reiterate myself too much here. Physical purging, you guys know what I mean by that, actual physical purging of the body, may also be occurring, as well as an overwhelming need to rest. Listen, listen, listen to your body. You might be feeling motivated and active one moment and a profound need for sleep or rest another. Listen to your body and rest, because there's a lot that is happening energetically. And there's a lot I'm also hearing that's happening in dream state. So you might be called to sleep more so that more can happen in dream state. Emotional purging is taking place as well, clearing out any remaining debris from the previous year. We're in this corridor. We're in this real transition energy. That new earth energy had been birthed, but now we're all anchoring that in, learning how to embody that. That's part of the transition energy. Yeah, they said this is a transition period. As we move through this process over the next few days and weeks, we'll experience a noticeable shift within ourselves and even our outside experiences. The higher heart is being activated, bringing in more codes of divine love, particularly for sacred connections. Don't resist any emotion you're feeling. All emotions that you're feeling are clearing the way for higher levels of love. Allow yourself to be open to receiving this love and this new energy that is being birthed. So we're going to continue I'm going to record the dailies, see if there's any information that's coming through that's additional, and if it does, then I'll try to recap it all in another channel message update. But make sure that you're checking out the dailies. Make sure that you're checking out the Sacred Union Energy updates that we'll have this week as well. We'll have some more on this Ascension energy coming up throughout the week. So I am sending you guys so much love, so much light, and we'll see you soon.